Hello guys, welcome to WinMe Education. So today the topic which we are going to study is matter in our surrounding of which is class 9. Okay. So let's move ahead and let us know what is matter. Okay. Anything that occupies space and has mass is known as matter. मतलब वो जो भी चीज ठीक है इस पूरी यूनिवर्स में हमारे जो भी चीज है जो स्पेस ऑक्यूपाई करे और जिसके पास मास हो स्पेस ऑक्यूपाई इन द सेंस इन द अदर वर्ड्स वी कैन से दैट anything which has volume. Okay, volume is certain space, it holds certain space and which contains some mass. Okay, which contains some mass is called matter. Okay, now let's moving ahead. Let's know what are the constituents of matter. Okay, what are the constituents of matter? So according to early Indian philosophers, okay, early Indians philosophers, they gave the idea that every living and non-living thing was made up of basically five things. Okay, and all we know that the five thing what is called that panch tattva. Panch tattva बोलते उसे जैसे अग्नि वायु जल आकाश पृथ्वी पंच तत्व. So what is this panch tattva? The early philosopher had a idea, like had a philosophy that all the living and non-living things are basically made up of only these five. Okay, what we today call as panch tattva. Okay, so that panch tattva. Okay, this is just a thing to remember. Okay, like this is just a thing, not that it will be asked in some examination or just a thing. Okay, that is air, water, earth, sky and fire. Okay, now moving ahead. Physical nature of the matter. Okay, what is physical nature? Physical nature basically will study that what does physical nature mean. Physical nature is basically what is the shape, what is the size, what is the texture, like it is solid, like it is amorphous. Amorphous means like a powder texture, or what is it like. Okay, so that all things we'll study in physical nature of matter. Okay, now let us know, there is a question which raises sometimes. Okay, that is matter continuous or particulate? Okay, continuous means the water that flows, that is known as continuous, and particulate means something that is made up of particles. Okay, so the matter is basically particulate in nature. It means that it consists of several particles, as we can see in this cube. Okay, this diagram of this cube which is shown here. Okay, we all can see that when we microscope the small part of this, okay, small part of this matter which is a cube. Okay, we came to know that it is made up of many small particles. Okay, small particles. Okay, so from there we came to know that matter is made up of many small particle, or it consists of particle. Okay, now for example, like if we put a drop of red color in water. Okay, so what happens? The water turns red. So why this happened? This happened because the particles of the red color mixed with the particles of the water. So what happened? Basically, when we put a drop of the particles of the red color intermix with the particles of the water. So this from this experiment we came to know that the matter is particulate in nature. Okay. Now moving ahead, next topic we came to will study is the what is the size of this particle. Okay, like we came to know the particulate nature. Now let's know what's the size. Okay, what is the size of the particle, how small they are. Okay, we came to know that the particles are very small. We need to use a microscope, okay, to see the particles or to observe them. From naked eye it is very sure that we can't see. Okay, so the particles of the matter are obviously very small. Yeah, they are very small. Okay, and they can be further broken into particles as well. Okay, what does it means? Like, from see here from the experiment. Okay, try to understand. Okay, we took 100 ml of a dark violet colored solution. Okay, and we took 10 ml from it. We took 10 ml from it. Okay, now after taking that 10 ml, we'll just mix it in a 90 ml of water. Okay, this solution is basically containing previously being 10 ml added, it contains 90 ml of water. Okay, so after adding this 10 ml, this will become 100. Okay, now after 100 we will take 10 ml from this only we'll take 10 ml. So this is 10 ml, and here again it is 90 ml water. Okay, so after putting this 10 ml it will become 100, as you can see. Now again we will repeat the procedure. Okay, we will take 10 ml from this, and previously we will have 90 ml of water. Okay, now we'll add 10 ml of this. Okay, so basically from this experiment what we came to know that there are millions of particles present in the color. Okay, millions of particles are present in the color, which basically just divide themselves on the dilution. Okay, okay, there will be one point. Okay, that after being diluted many a times, you will barely find a difference between this colored solution and the water. Like in our chemistry labs, we see that mostly the diluted acid just look like water, but they aren't water. Okay, they are diluted many a times. Okay, maybe like what we say, that many a times. Okay, and if you would be able to see the concentric acid. Okay, acid, we'll see that it is like yellowish in color, whereas the diluted acid, which you will see, which is diluted much times, is like clear water. So don't be like it is clear water, so no it is, but since it has been diluted many a times, so it looks like that. Okay, now let's have a quick question. Okay, which of these is matter? Like we studied earlier, what is matter? Matter is basically anything in this whole universe that occupies space and has mass, or in other words, that occupies volume and has some mass. Okay, so basically let's learn. Is happiness a mass? Does it occupy any space? No, it's not. What about air? Yes, air occupies space. Air occupies the whole atmosphere of earth, and it and it had mass. Yes, obviously it has some mass. What about sandwich? Yes, sandwich occupies space. It occupies space. That's why we need something like to hold on, like hold in hand or in a plate. Okay, and it has certainly some mass. Okay, what about thoughts? Do they occupy space? No. Occupy space in the sense like in occupy space in the real world, not that they occupy space in the mind. Okay, they occupy space and has some mass. No. Thoughts? No. What about the juice? Yes, it occupies the shape, it occupies the vessel. Okay, the glass in which we drink juice. Okay, so it has certainly some mass too. And eraser is also matter. Okay, now let's move ahead. Now what are the characteristics of the matter? Okay, we came to know like everything all of this, like what is matter, what. Okay, now in this topic we'll study what are the characteristics of matter. We studied earlier like how small the matter is, how big is it, how we can see through it, how we can like see basically how big or small they are. Okay, now in these characteristics of particles of matter, we'll study that what are their characteristics. Okay, what are their characteristics? So basically they have three characteristics. Okay, basically they have three characteristics. Particles of the matter have spaces between them. Okay, particles of the matter are moving all the time. Okay, and the particles of the matter attract each other. Later on we will study like how we can say that the spaces between them, they have spaces between them, they are moving all the time, they attract each other. So just keep in mind from now here, like these are the basic particles of the matter. Okay, these are the basic particles of the basic characteristics of the particles of matter. Okay, so now let's move ahead. So now in this slide we will study like what is the, like we will come to know like how the matter has spaces in between them. Okay, so have you wondered what causes the salt to get dissolved in water? Or many times we have made the mix the sugar and water that we known as nimbu pan that we say as. Okay, so how do we make? We basically take 3 or 4 teaspoon of sugar in a glass of water. Okay, and we keep stirring until it gets dissolved in water completely. So what happens basically, why it get dissolved in water, why it disappears? It happens because the water particles have intermolecular spaces between them, the spaces, or you can say the intermolecular spaces. Okay, between the molecules of H2O they have some spaces in which the sugar particles gradually gets absorbed in them. Okay, so that's why the sugar gets disappear. Okay, so what, or and your sugar and water mixture is formed. Okay, so this is how we came to know that the particles of matter has spaces between them. Okay, one more thing, we cannot see this particles through naked eye, that's for sure. Okay, now matters of the particle are continuously moving. Okay, matter of the particles are continuously moving. How we came to know that? Okay, matter of the particles are in motion all the time. Okay, hence they possess kinetic energy. You must have studied about two energies basically known as mechanical energy. Mechanical energy basically divided into two categories: kinetic and potential. Okay, so potential we know that it is due to the height. Okay, anything involving the height is known as potential energy. And what is kinetic energy? When you try to push a car, okay, on a road, or when you kick a ball, when you kick a football, okay, football when you kick, why the football goes up in the air? Because the reason is that due to kinetic energy. Okay, the football was in rest. Okay, you kick the ball, so due to that it possesses some kinetic energy. Similarly, inside the molecule, inside the matter, okay, the matter particles, they're also continuously moving. How we came to know that? Okay, let's try to understand through this cube. Okay, so through this cube. Okay, in solids the particles negligibly move. Okay, their motion is negligible. Okay, they can't move, like negligible. But what happens if you heat a, basically we will take the example of ice as. Okay, if you will heat the ice, what happens, like the particles are kept inside a prison. After getting heat they try to, like, okay, now let us get it by example, like in a room. Okay, yeah, the room is specified for keeping 5 people only at a time. Okay, and 10 people come in, 10 people come inside. So what, you will feel suffocated. Okay, you will feel suffocated, you will not feel good. So what if some people will get out, you will feel suffocated, and after, like, you are alone in room, so you'll get a lot of space. Okay, you can like run over. Okay, the same thing basically happens with these matter particles. Okay, when the ice is heated, basically the particles get loosened, intermolecular space increases. Okay, why this is so increases? Because earlier it was, they were stiff inside. Okay, they were in solid state, but after that they got some energy, got excited. So which energy that is? That is the kinetic energy. Okay, that is the kinetic energy with which they are moving. That is known as the kinetic energy. Okay, their motion, and after getting certain heat their state changes. So there are some example, like, and the third point says that the matter of the particle intermix on their own with other particles of matter, like the salt in water. Okay, various gases are mixed, like helium, neon are mixed in the air. and the ink in the water. Okay. Now this is the important thing which has been asked many times in examinations. Okay, like what is the diffusion? Okay, what is diffusion? Nothing but diffusion, simple thing, mixing of two different types of particle. Okay, together, Okay, mixing. So with the help of diagram, you can see here that before diffusions, the yellow particles and red particles aren't mixed. Okay, they were lying far aside. After diffusions, they equally got intermixed with the yellow particles. The red particles got equally mixed with the yellow particles. Okay, let me explain you with the help of example. Like when you spray a perfume, okay, in a corner of room, after some times will come to notice that the whole the smell of the perfume can be smelled in any corner of the room. Okay, so what happens basically, we see this. Before diffusions, it was like in a corner of a room. After diffusions, they basically got diffused, or they basically got intermixed with the particles of the air in the different parts. Okay, in the whole room basically. So this is known as the diffusion. Okay, and this the kinetic energy of particle also increases in heating. Okay, now the third point, that the particles of matter attract each other. Okay, you have studied in earlier classes that magnets like and unlike magnets attract each other. Okay, now let's learn here how particles of matter attract each other. Because see, the particles of matter are always held together because of a force of attraction between them. Okay, force of attraction. There must be some force. You can feel that there must be some force of attraction that holds the matter together. Okay, otherwise it wouldn't be earth today, our earth today. Okay, there are some particles that some like particles attack themselves each other. Okay, so this the here are the like the particles, and this force varies from matter to matter. Okay, different forms of matter have different force of attraction between them, and this force of attraction is sometimes also known as intermolecular force of attraction. Both are same. Okay, you, as you say, force of attraction between the particles, or better you can say the intermolecular force of attraction. Okay, so the solids have the highest force of attraction. Okay, the solids have the highest force of attraction. That is the reason you cannot move your hands through a solid object. Okay, when you will try to move the hands through a solid object, you can't. This is the reason. Okay, and since the force is highest, so the particles are tightly bound. Okay, the particles are tightly bound. Similarly, the particle of gases have the least force of attraction in them. Okay, very less among all. Okay, the least force of attraction is in the gases. Okay, you can easily move your hand, okay, in the air, can't we? Yes, we are moving. You're just moving, the air is present here. Okay, this is because the particles of the air are loosely bound. Okay, loosely bound, or you can say the intermolecular force of attraction between the particles of gas are very less. Okay, so let us arrange. Okay, we can arrange the force of attraction between the different types of solid, liquid and gas in increasing order. Okay, like let me clear this. Okay, like here you can see the solid, liquid and gases. Okay, we can move our hands. Okay, let us get to the last one. We can move our hands through water or liquid matter, but not as freely as can in air. Can you understand it? Like in air, you can move your hand without any effort, like without any effort. When you will put in hand in water, it will take some effort. Then again, you will put in hand and try to move your hand in jelly, or you can say honey. You could feel some force. You would need to apply some effort to move your hand. So why this is so? Because the intermolecular forces, or the force of attraction between the particle, gets stronger. Okay, now, okay, Now let's know what are the three states of matter. Okay, matter. There are three states of matter. Okay, basically the plasma and Bose-Einstein we will study later on, but let's focus on these three only first. Okay, so the as you can see in the diagram, okay, the solid, okay, the liquid and the gas. Okay, you very much know. Okay, what are the solids, what are the liquid, what are the gases. Okay, so basically you can see through the diagrams, solids are the strongest, okay, strongest intermolecular forces in between them. Okay, liquids have gradually, and gases, as you can see through the help of diagram,